All right. How we doing? Let's get ourselves a good old-fashioned audio check. Hello? Great. Great to see ya. You can't see me, John Cena style, but it's great to see you. Welcome back to the stream. Happy Thursday night. It's almost Friday. You're almost there. You almost made it. You just gotta live through one more. You just gotta tolerate one more, and then you could sleep in. You could take a little siesta. You can have yourself a little snack. You know what I mean? I'm back. I'm well rested, but here's the thing. I'm tired. Check off that square on your bingo card, because I'm tired. And that's alright. No camera tonight. I still had a bunch of my stuff set up upstairs from yesterday's bonus stream. And I said, why don't I just stream from the dining room one more time before I start taking stuff down tomorrow? That felt like the most logical thing to do. But I just didn't really feel like dealing with the visual component of it. I didn't feel like setting up lights. I didn't feel like trying to figure out the best camera angle. I just wanted to sit down and get started. So no camera tonight. I hope you can cope with that. I hope you can deal with it. I hope it'll be okay. I think it will be. So sorry to deprive you of this, but that's okay because we've got much bigger fish to fry. And we're going to finish Silent Hill 2 tonight for realsies. Hope the connection's okay. I can already see we were down 4 or 5 seconds. That's always fun. I love to go live and then immediately see an issue. It's always very encouraging. And we've been playing this game for a long time, it feels. Due in part to some of the technical issues we've had that interrupted this playthrough in a big bad way when we got started. I did not think I would be still playing this game so late into November. My original plan was to finish this before November even started. And that's okay. This is a game worth playing and a game worth finishing. Even if it didn't happen maybe on the schedule as I originally hoped. And it didn't happen last week. Or what was that, Tuesday? It didn't happen Tuesday like I originally hoped. Because one thing I've learned the hard way several times is this game is a lot longer than the original game. And I thought we were going to pull it out on Tuesday, but it was nearly 1. Maybe it was 1. Had a bonus stream to do yesterday. And I said, man, I think there's enough game here to justify one more stream. I don't want to push it. I don't want to rush through it. I don't want to make myself play a game that I've otherwise been enjoying quite a bit. I want to enjoy the ending of it as well. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I don't think there's that much left. There was just what felt like a lot left at 1 in the morning. But at 10:18 p.m., it feels like not all that much. So I say with a lot of confidence, we're going to finish this game tonight. We'll see how much is actually left. If there's enough time to justify it, I don't know how much time would have to be left to justify doing it. I'll play some Dragon Age Veilguard as well, maybe. Maybe 1 or 2 quests. Probably not. I'm going to be honest with you, probably not. But we'll see. Probably wouldn't be a terrible thing if I just ended early and went to bed, right? Maybe. But pretty anxious to play more Veilguard. I did not play much Veilguard yesterday. There's a new mantra that's become sort of my catchphrase on here, which is it's always something, right? And it seems like it's always something gonna stop me from playing Veilguard. And yesterday it was me. I was the something because I decided to play Home Safety Hotline first, and that took me way longer than I had expected. It's like I don't know myself yet. It took me twice as long to finish that game as I thought. And that's okay. I had a lot of fun with Home Safety Hotline. It seemed like kind of a crowd pleaser. It was a very fun game to play. Really solid. Can't wait to play the holiday DLC next month. That's going to be great to return to that. Yesterday in general was a lot of fun. But by the time I finished Home Safety Hotline, I was tuckered out. I was so tired. And I think that's also maybe part of the blame goes to the Taco Bell Decades menu, which I ate in full. Oh, excuse me. Speaking of eating, could probably go a couple days without it at this rate. I I'm so full. It's probably why I'm so tired. Probably why I was so tired yesterday. Need to drink some water, eat some fruits and veggies. Oh. Yeah, I was just so tired. And it's a shame because my original entire premise with the birthday bonus stream was I'm going to play a lot of Dragon Age Veilguard. I'm going to play Dragon Age Veilguard all day as a treat to myself. But I only ended up playing 1 hour of it. If you had told me that ahead of time, I would have been so annoyed to hear that. But it ended up being just fine. It was worth it. And once we finish this, we've got nothing else to play for the rest of the month but Veilguard. Although the rest of the month, there's not much left of it, is there? That's fine. Yesterday was good. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. I said I had a lot of anxiety about taking work off, just because, right? It's not saying I do a lot. And my anxiety was, I don't know, a little justified. I came in today and I had kind of, I wouldn't say a dumpster fire. It wasn't that bad or severe, but I definitely had some stuff piling up waiting for me to get in front of it that, I could have dealt with maybe a bit more expeditiously if I was in the office, figuratively speaking, in the office yesterday. But it's all good. I don't regret it. Not yet. See how tomorrow goes. So yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes, but it was a good stream. Had a lot of friendly faces in the chat, which was cool. I wasn't sure if there was going to be any audience at all yesterday because it was just so off my typical schedule. Weekday, morning, midday. I just didn't think much was going to happen, but no, we had a lot of people stop by. It was great. It was fun. Shout out again to Metarek for all the gifted subs yesterday. I just see that right there. And also shout out to anybody who downloaded. Jesus, I am tired, by the way, if you can't tell the way I'm mumbling through this, but much love to anybody who donated to the PCRF, the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, yesterday. I'm going to keep sort of the notifications in chat going for that through the end of the week because Sunday is my actual birthday. So you can hit the B-Day shortcut in chat. It'll throw up the donation link. And I forget. I think I said it like every 45 minutes or an hour. It's going to automatically post it as well with a quick link to donate to the PCRF. But they are one of the primary humanitarian aid charities working in Palestine. They recently expanded to Lebanon. Bringing food and medicine and otherwise medical treatment to the good people and the children of Palestine. And if you want to donate as a birthday treat to me, if you want to donate to them, much love to you. Link will pop up in the chat, or you can hit the shortcut, and I'll keep putting the link in the VOD descriptions on YouTube. All right, Old Bean, what's up, big? Oh. Unplug the mic. Let's try that again. What's up, big dog? All right, let's get started. We're gonna finish this. Dilly Todd's in the chat. And that's part of why I didn't play this yesterday, because I knew he wouldn't be able to. I didn't think he was gonna be able to join at all, but he joined for quite a lot. But I didn't want to finish this without Dilly Todd's because he's just been in my corner this entire game. Also, I just don't think it makes much sense to play this game in the daytime, right? Just doesn't feel correct. So last time spoilers here, big spoilers, big Silent Hill 2 spoilers. Last time I played this, we got the big reveal. We finished the hotel proper. We're in the other world now. We watched the ominous videotape, which revealed that Mary, though sick, did not actually die of her illness. She was instead smothered to death in her bed by James with a pillow. And that is a fact that James has been living in spite of, forcing himself to forget, but he cannot run away from it any longer. And now we start to see the full context of why Silent Hill is called to him. And we're hearing some great classic Akira Yamaoka music. I still have the map. I was thinking maybe I didn't. I was saying earlier, Dilly, case you're wondering, a lot of my streaming stuff was still upstairs, so I decided to stream up here one more time, but I just didn't feel like dealing with the visual component of it tonight. It's a little more difficult to manage from up here than my usual cellar grotto down below, where it's business as usual. So I just thought I wouldn't fuss with it. I wanted to relax, take it easy, just sit down and start. Not have to figure out where the camera should go, where the light should go, unplugging stuff, moving it around. Just not in the mood for that. I'm not sure if this is where I'm supposed to be going. I'm just going. Let's see if we can avoid looking at a walkthrough this time around. We got a little walkthrough ANC last time because I was so determined to try to finish the game. I kept getting stuck on things. Got a little desperate. Pop up the walkthrough. I'm not feeling so desperate today. I do wish to finish this tonight, and I'm feeling pretty confident that we will. I really don't see much reason we won't unless there's, like, you know, technical issues or, like, Jonesy rips my throat out or something like that. Then we probably won't finish it, but otherwise, I think we have a good chance. What do you think, James? One more toilet before you go up on the finish shelf? No? I really don't know where we're supposed to be going. I am just going. Perhaps James doesn't really know what he's supposed to be doing at this point either. I do mean it when I say I make time for you, my friend. That's very sweet. Thank you. And I appreciate your time. It's very valuable. I know you don't have an abundance of it to give, so that you would devote any of it to silly old me. Well, that's just very special. I appreciate it. Okay. Where are we gonna go, Jamesy Wamesy? This way? We're still in the hotel, but now it's, okay, we went through this crack, right? It's more decrepit. It's falling apart. Looks like it's, perhaps burned out. Crumbling beneath our feet. It perhaps somewhat resembles James's deteriorating question mark mental state. His own confidence in why he's here, how any of this is possible, what he hopes to prove by coming here, what he wanted to find, and the reality that Mary really is gone. And it's his fault. I was disappointed yesterday, Dilly Tods. I was playing Home Safety Hotline and we unlocked a creature called a bed hag, which really is just about exactly what it sounds like. It's a hag who lives under your bed, and it tries to steal your breath while you sleep, but it also conveniently eats other pests. So maybe you want one. I don't know. Maybe it's cheaper than having to, like, call a guy. There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. General Grievous. Ah, General Kenobi. Okay. Great. I really don't know what we are meant to do, James. Not a lot of direction coming into this area, huh? I noticed there was a question mark in the hallway, but you know, that's not very illuminating, is it? Okay. Okay, what's going on here? Is it gonna collapse? Keep running over it. Maybe just stand on it. Or is there something we can move onto it? Oh, there's a hole here. Hold on. There's a hole here. It is not gone now. Can we just jump up there? No. Oh, wait. Nope. Can't get through there either. Ah, yes. It's yellow time outside. My favorite time of day? Year? Yellow. Oh, here it is. We can move this. I think this is a trick, by the way. I think we're going to move this to try and get through the hole, and then that floor is going to obviously collapse when we get that card on it. Still can't get it right. And then there was also, we got a great score on one of the days in Home Safety Hotline, and when you do that, they give you a coupon for a special item. And the special item, one of the coupons was a hag skin, I believe it was called, which seemed to be a removed taxidermied face of a hag that you could mount on your wall. There it goes. I thought James was going to go with it. I didn't have anybody there to properly that would know to throw the hag alert. Hey, look, we can jump in this hole and actually see where it's going. But I did make sure I put everybody on notice that we were on hag alert red for the bed hag, and then you know, hag face. I would say it was the lowest hag alert possible, because the hag had been dealt with as far as I could tell. And we did have one diagnosable case of bed hag as well. There were a couple that by the end we never got to use. A lot of the normal ones never got used, like house spider or house fly. Although there was a housefly in the very last chapter, but it was more me solving riddles than it was answering phone calls. It was like weird, vague riddles. And then I had to choose the calamity without being able to see its description. I just had to pick it by name. And I got a little cheater pumpkin eater for that too. Because I was pretty anxious to get to Dragon Age Veilguard before I fell asleep. Wash yourselves, make yourselves clean. Remove the evil of your deeds from my sight. And tonight might be kind of quiet too. For one thing, I was live for like 6 hours yesterday. But I also just kind of didn't bother promoting this one. Sometimes, you know, I just don't feel like posting a bajillion links on social media. When I'm very tired, I just don't feel like doing that. I did promote it, I just didn't do the usual follow-up to say, hey, I'm going live right now, click the link, please pay attention to me. Though I've said before, I'm not really sure how beneficial those are, how much they help, but it is a part of the process. Sometimes you just don't want to bother. Although I gotta say, I see Blue Sky coming together. I've been saying Blue Sky and Threads seem like probably a waste of my time for a while. Threads still seems like probably a waste of my time. Threads is like Threads is definitely sitting in the corner getting none of the attention. Seems like everybody's decided Blue Sky is going to be the place to go. Because my follower account's kind of shot up, and I'm seeing people from like the post Schmodown community all start filing in and following me there. I'm seeing people from the Dreams community all start following me there. So I don't know, I might have to start using Blue Sky more. It's getting more traction in your circles. I think, you know, it's very clearly just modeled after having all the same features and functionality of Twitter pre-Elon, which like I'm fine with. And I think the part of the mission statement is to have much better moderation there, whereas Twitter has none. At this point, I'll tell you this, I'm still working on like I still don't have the impulse to open up Blue Sky and use it in the same way I do Twitter. But I'll tell you this, when I open up a post there, it's pretty nice to see real people all engaging with whatever is being said. You don't get that a lot. Like a popular post on Twitter, you'll be scrolling. You could scroll nonstop for like a good 30 seconds before you see an actual human being saying something relevant to the original post. Which is crazy because that's what it all used to be. Now it's got none of that. And you almost kind of forget what it was like before until you see it happening in Blue Sky. So there's an elevator over there. Was that an elevator or was it like a... Yeah, it's an elevator. Okay. So I might try and be over there more often. I mean, if it really starts happening on there and becomes enjoyable to use, I would happily see it as just the alternative to Twitter and not use Twitter anymore. Fucking sucks over there. I think that was Piglet on the tape recorder. Gotta say, James, pretty quiet in here, huh? It's almost like you're exploring like a regular abandoned building. No sputtering flesh gimps. No gurgling, faceless nurses. Couple bullets in the drawer for free. Car driving past playing music too loudly at 10:38 p.m. Those kinds of things, James. Kind of things that you don't really hear when you're streaming from the basement. Hope the elevator's working. He said exclamation point. This feels potential for hostility. We all loaded up here. Okay, great. Don't like it. We have reduced mobility in the water. Lord. Hear of the dog that bit me, Lord. Not as fun as I remember, and it was a lot of fun the first time. Yeah, this is his run speed, what I'm doing right now. What do you think, James? Dilly, did you guys ever end up getting any dubs in Fortnite last night? I watched pretty closely throughout the night, but I think I might have just tuckered out with a little bit left on the clock. You know, it's funny, the way it goes, of course, is when you guys were originally, like, putting that plan together in the chat yesterday, I was like, oh, don't worry about me. I'm already so tired. There's not a chance I'm going to be in the mood to play Fortnite or stream more later. Okay, that was for real. I was so tired. But then I stopped streaming, and I didn't go lay down and relax. I started cleaning up the house. I started doing laundry. I started making dinner. And then by the time I got in bed, and by the time you guys were live, I was wide fucking awake. So it goes. That's just how it is, eh? It was strange to be watching sort of a Danger Ping production from the outside. But I was glad you guys could make it happen. No wins. It's been a long time since I got a win on a Fortnite stream. Matter of fact, I think it might have been the, if I remember correctly. I know we got at least one. I think that might be the last broadcasted victory I have in that game. I've had a few off stream, okay? Don't get it twisted. I am very good at video games.
Mama? Mama! I was looking for you. You're the only one left. Maybe then I can finally rest. Mama. What's wrong? Wait. You're not my mama. It's you.
Sorry, Angela. I think you were right. What we're looking for, it's not here. Not anymore.
Thank you for helping me earlier. But I wish you hadn't. Even Mama said it. I deserve what happened.
No, Angela, that is not true.
Don't pity me. I'm not worth it. Or maybe you think you can save me? Will you love me? Care for me? Heal all my pain? That's what I thought. James. Give me back the knife.
No, I won't.
Saving it for yourself. have it your way. It doesn't change anything.
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too? For me, it's always like this.
Yeah, I said earlier it's that I just through circumstances decided not to do the face camera, and there have been several scenes in this game where I felt sort of bad about having my stupid face like plastered over it, you know what I mean? Because they'll be either just so intensely written and acted, or the subject matter is so heavy, and I feel like seeing me just silently staring at it can sometimes take away the tension, the immersion, the gravitas. And so in a way, I'm kind of happy that that's not going to happen with what's left of this game tonight. That is, in fact, the last we'll see of Angela, sadly. And I hear something nefarious slithering around, grumbling uncomfortably. Oh, he took the gun out. I didn't tell him to do that. He took it out. Interesting. I actually was starting to think we wouldn't have any combat left until we just got to the end. But those sound like the usual suspects. Let's see if there's any goodies in here. We could maybe try to avoid the nurse, but 312 to be cleared out. Huh. Was that a peaceful mannequin? Just minding his business, taking a break, perhaps? Having a smoke? Oh no. Did I make a mistake in doing that? They all fell down and died. Can't be too sure, though. Oh, yeah, it's getting weirder. Starting to look pretty labyrinthian down here. That just made me curious. If I hadn't shot that one, would they have not attacked me? Because just killing that one has seemingly killed them all. Angela's content is very yeesh. I don't envy you. Well, Oh, here we go. Well, I already, you know, I know what's coming. Everything about hers is pretty well preserved and unchanged from what I recall, down to the dialogue. So I think if it was hitting me fresh, I'd maybe feel a little bit differently about it. But yeah, it is still very, very heavy, difficult subject matter. What's up, James? Usually you have no problem looking straight down the barrel, but now it looks like something's on your mind. You look a little uncomfortable, like you don't want to acknowledge what's in front of you. You okay? Nervous? Yeah, it's very heavy, and you know, I'm of the mind that you can write about anything. You can depict anything, but you just have to consider it in its own context. And if you're going to take on the challenge of writing about something difficult, upsetting, outside of your own experience, you got to take the time to respect what it is and do so carefully, right? And I think they, you know, just speaking as somebody who plays games, who enjoys horror, who enjoys stories, you know, I think they've done a pretty good job. Not just speaking to the remake, but just this game and this story in general. I think perhaps because their depiction of it has so many surreal layers to it, I think it holds up pretty well. I've not really seen a dissenting opinion on that, so I don't know.
James!
Leave her alone. Leave us both the hell alone. I know what you are. I know why I needed you. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore.
Oh god, there's two of them now. So I want to say this is kind of like the original Pyramid Head fight, in which, oh god, in which I'm not sure that you need to shoot at them. I think maybe it speeds up the process, but I think really you're fighting the clock on this. Oh, that was close, James. Is she gonna be okay? Yeah, James? You know? Oh my god. James, you know, not the most, altruistic protagonist of all time, but they sure are putting my man through it. He has watched that woman die. God damn it. It is a lot harder to dodge them all. I think they're doing less damage, though. I don't think I have to panic quite. They're tricky to dodge. I'll give it a little bit before I start shooting, because reason being is this is not the end of the game, and I don't want to lose all my ammo if this is just a matter of outliving them. Damn it. Have a Sunny D. Ah! But I'd said earlier that Pyramid Head was meant to be sort of specific to James, not like a generic Silent Hill boogeyman John Silent Hill. And what it specifically is meant to be, and you heard James say there that he now understands what it is and why he needed it, but it is meant to represent sort of a Punisher, not Frank Castle, or like an executioner. And I don't think I really mentioned that earlier because... Ugh, damn it. Because then you have to ask yourself, what would James be punished for? Isn't he here to find his wife who died of an illness, right? Why would, you know, so I didn't want you to ask that question if the story was new to you. But now you do understand. Ugh. Maybe I'll start taking some shots at him. Oh, he's throwing spears. I should have picked up the spear. Ugh. Sometimes it looks like they're gonna get me, and I manage to dodge it okay, and then sometimes it looks like I'm gonna dodge it, and they get me. Ah! Damn it! God damn it! Really going through it here. I don't need y'all anymore. I'm good. I figured it out. I learned my lesson. Y'all can just head on now. Ugh. God damn it! Oh, come on. guys are very cool, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to. I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Damn it. Come on, you guys are using all my ammo! I keep seeing, like, areas get lit up. I keep thinking I see, like, a door or a hole I can crawl through. Ugh! Maybe I do have to beat him, I don't know. Nope, there it goes. I got a trophy. Obsolete. Scarlet egg. Rust-colored egg. Thanks, boys. Really loved dumping a ton of my ammo and health back there. Very cool. Where does the other egg go? May I offer you an egg in this trying time? There we go. What was that? Oh, rifle rounds? Are there other goodies around here? Nope, but I'll take the rifle rounds.
What do you want, James? Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already. Look at me. I'm disgusting. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. It'd be easier if they just killed me. But I guess the hospital's making a nice profit off of me. Why are you still here? I told you to go. Are you deaf? Don't come back. James. Wait. Please. Don't go. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please. Tell me it'll be okay. Tell me I'm not gonna die. Help me.
I think it's an important distinction to also make in knowing what James did, that it wasn't really just an act of mercy. Mercy might have been part of it, but it was as much of selfish action as anything. And you get the sense that her illness really strained their relationship, put a lot of extra pressure on him. And she was inevitably, they never say exactly what was wrong with her, but it seemed pretty clear to me that it was not going to get better. They weren't going to be able to fix it. She was going to die. So maybe in his mind he thought, why delay the inevitable? I'll just get it over with and spare myself the burden, give myself the ability to live my life again. And I think that's where a lot of the actual guilt comes from. And you could even maybe see him telling himself that what he had done would have been a merciful action, making it quick rather than drawing it out, watching her suffer. But I think deep down he was just trying to close that chapter of his life so that he could move on. And the reality of that decision is what haunts him and keeps bringing him back here until he can finally confront it. But now he remembers, and the only thing left is to decide what happens next. And a very helpful health and ammo fairy thought to stop by. We've got a lot of syringes. That's not something I used a whole lot until recently. Shape forces the mind. Don't want to go down there, James? Can't swim? Ah. Oh yeah, the health and ammo fairy seemed to have a surplus this year that she needed to get rid of. And we're very grateful that she decided to stop by. Very grateful indeed. And now instead of falling endlessly downward, we are moving endlessly upward.
Mary? I have missed you so much.
I've missed you too. We can finally be together. forever.
No.
James. Honey. What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I know you tried,
James, please.
but she's gone. I know that now,
Stop it.
and I can't just keep pretending.
Shut up! What do you want? Do you even know anymore? I'm yours. I'm here for you. So what if I'm not her? I can give you what she never could. I can be better than her. What else do you want me to be? What else can I be?
I am so sorry, Maria. I really am. But this has to stop. It's time to let it go.
No.
What?
I won't let you do this to me. I won't let you go. I can't!
Oh, hell. Here we go. Yep. The final boss is not Pyramid Head, it is Maria. After all the times we watched her die, it is us who must deal the final blow. Now, I don't really remember the mechanics of this fight. It might not be more complicated than what you're seeing right now. They may have also added stuff here, so I'm a little nervous. Ah. Get away from her! Get away from her! Ah! Ah, get away from her! Oh, come on! It's kind of tough to, you know... It's tough when he has to go through an entire animation. Oh, God, that fucking appendage. Is this Hag Alert? Ugh. Hag Alert blue. Hag Alert purple. Get away from me! Oh god, it's just like the end of Wild Wild West. Okay, this? Yeah, okay, this? I don't remember this. What is this? What are we doing? What's the idea here? Oh my god, what is happening? Oh god, I'm really scared. I hear it, but I don't see it. I just see the moths. Am I meant to shoot the moths? Thank you for the hag alert in the chat. Oh, I hit him with a pipe. That'll work. Excuse me. Something there. I'm afraid to stay still. Rifle rounds, thank you. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff down here. Ah, that's kind of weird. Okay, am I just fighting bugs? Is that what's happening? I think maybe I'll go pistol ammo on that then. Oh! Got it. I see you now. There's gaps in the ceiling and she's gonna poke her head down to say hello. Damn it. Ugh. Stop! Fucking hell, man. I only have syringes left, which is fine. Those are full heals, but... I had a feeling they would add something to this. I do not remember this at all. I just remember the fight taking place up there and that's it. Ugh. The bug thing's kind of weird. Are you gonna come down or what? No, actually though, where are you coming down? Do I need to like bait you? There we go. No, 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 come down here with me. Okay, here we go. Oh! Oh my god. Oh! God damn. Oh! I'm really having a tough time with this one. Come on. Oh. God damn it. God. Can't tell. I can't tell how many of those hit. You know. Mecha hag. God damn it! And he takes so long to recover from it. Ugh, come on, bugs. I hate bugs. Bug people, bug hags, mecha bug hags. Stop! It's really unfair, actually. I believe that was what the kids called stun locked. Stop! Where? Come on! Come on! Pipe! James! I don't have a lot of gas left in the tank here.
Mary.
Hey, handsome.
Sorry.
Don't be. I told you. I wanted the pain to end.
Yeah. You did. But that's not why I did it. The truth is, I hated you. I wanted you out of the way. I wanted my life back.
If that's true, then why do you look so sad?
Mary.
It's okay, James. Here.
What is this?
It's what you've been looking for. In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you to come and see me. But you never do. So, I wait. Wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know, I've done a terrible thing to you. I wish I could change that, but I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it is. The doctor came today. Told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this could be my last chance. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I missed you so much. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Every time you come to see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me. Maybe I just disgust you. I'm so sorry. When I first learned I was gonna die, I couldn't accept it. I was so angry. I struck out at everyone I loved. Especially you. And that's why I understand if you hate me. But I want you to know, I will always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. Which means that as you're reading this, I'm already dead. But that's okay. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I just hope the pain will end soon. So that you remember me for who I was. And not what the disease made me. I want you to go on. I want you to live. For yourself. And for others. Like you did for me. James. You made me happy.
And there you have it. Man, those Mary voice lines. Otherwise known as dialogue. Voice lines. Otherwise known as dialogue. Probably the best performance in the original Silent Hill too, so like a pretty high bar to reach, but I think the actress who handled that on the remake did a pretty great job. We did it, and we got the good ending. We got what's called the leave ending, where James and Laura leave Silent Hill to do who knows what. But he gets to realize Mary's hopes for him, which, as she said in her letter, finally, were to live, to move on, to not endlessly torture himself in a fog-covered hell world teeming with flesh beasts. And I did say earlier that I wasn't going to work towards a particular ending, and I did mean it at the time, but it proved to not be true. At some point I said, yeah, you know what, I'm going to deliberately try to get the good ending. And you may not even, if you're not familiar with this game, you wouldn't even really been able to perceive that I was doing that. The way you get to different endings in Silent Hill 2 is like, it's a little more abstract. So like, to get this ending, one of the requirements is that you have to look at the letter and Mary's picture in your inventory a couple of times. One of the other requirements is that you're not supposed to let James linger at low health very long. That's why I was like pretty stressed out about it in the front half of this game, because it was happening a lot and I didn't have a lot of health items. With the idea being that you're treating the game as if James cares about his own well-being and his desire to live, so you don't let him exist on the brink of death a whole lot. And one of the important ones is you never examine Angela's knife, which I never did. If you do those things, I think listening to Mary's full monologue in the hallways helps towards that. That's the thing. It's like there's a couple different boxes you could check to get endings in this, which I think is cool. It's not so binary. It's like, walk up and pick the ending you want. What will you choose? So that's like the good ending. I don't know if people really consider it the canon, the true ending. I think a lot of people prefer what's called the in-water ending, where James gets back in his car and drives it into the lake and dies. I think a lot of people also feel with this like new loop theory that's him like completing the loop only to start it over again. That's sort of like the purgatory version of things. There's another ending where he can learn absolutely nothing and accept no accountability and choose to pursue a romantic relationship with Maria, and they leave together. That also to me feels like he would just end up back here one day anyway if he did that. Those are the original endings. There's also an ending where he can get abducted by aliens, and an ending where you can find out that a dog pulling levers and pressing buttons is responsible for everything happening in Silent Hill. Those are New Game Plus endings. You got to do a bunch of silly stuff to get those. And I guess they added at least 2 new endings to this that I'm not super familiar with what they are or how you get them, but I think they're also New Game Plus endings. And I don't think they're like shit post endings, so I'm kind of curious about those. But that's Silent Hill 2, man. We did it. We get to put the almighty Silent Hill 2 up on the finish shelf. Feels kind of crazy to finally be here after all the time spent anticipating this game. The trials and tribulations of trying to stream this game the past month. We finally saw our way out to the other end, and we get to leave happily having learned lessons and ready to take on what comes next. And we never do know what comes next. There's nothing else about James in Silent Hill media. Not even like some weird comic book or novel that's considered non-canon. That's it. There's no clues. I don't think there's any Easter eggs in other games to confirm what happened to him. You can meet his dad, though, in Silent Hill 4. That's kind of weird. But I don't think anything that his dad says confirms whatever happened to him. You know, I like the leave ending. I like the sense that he, after all of this, everything, you know, James is an imperfect protagonist. He's done something horrible. He fosters a lot of guilt prior to it. He fosters a lot of guilt after it. But he is also, I think there's still sympathy to be found with him. And he's an interesting video game character, for sure. You learn that she ultimately wants him to move on and have a life. That doesn't justify killing her. She didn't give him permission to do that, but he's certainly a shades of gray character. It's not black or white with him, and so I like the idea that he could have learned something from it and persevered through it and take on his indiscretions head on and no longer run away from them. Some people prefer the ending where he drives his car into the lake, where the revelation of what he's done. Oh, guys, see, he got a credit. Motion/voice actor. He's the original James Sunderland. I think he's also like kind of a anti-vax kook these days. Sorry to tell you that. Man, what can I say? This. Oh, was that all the credits? That was pretty quick. We got the leave ending. 20 hours. That's almost precisely what I understood how long this game was. 367 consumables, a lot of notes. Number of times tried to open locked doors, 365. Number of times checked the map, 892. That's crazy. Killed 320 enemies, shot 53 of them, whacked 267 of them to death. I got 4,010 damage. Favorite weapon, steel pipe. Fired 747 shots. Shout out Master Chief. Destroyed 76 windows. Died only I feel like died 7 times is not that bad. And actually, if I had to guess, I probably would have given you a number lower than that. But I think 7's not that bad. I was dodging hella quick. The game wasn't too hard, in fairness. New Game Plus, where you can play with access to additional items, graphic modes, and endings. I believe on New Game Plus, you get to have a chainsaw. Is that in the settings? I just want to see. No, maybe not. New Game Plus. Oh, what wouldn't you want to play a game like this the entire time? Yeah, I think you get to have a chainsaw in New Game Plus as well. We're not going to see that, unfortunately. But man, I loved this. I thought this game was really spectacular. It was a tall task to try to remake this game. I mean, this has been considered sort of an untouchable, like, survival horror, legend. And a lot of people thought this was not going to turn out good when they announced it. I was certainly very skeptical through most of it. But I really wanted to give it a chance. I really wanted it to be good. And man, it delivered so much better than I think anybody could have reasonably expected. They fucking nailed it. They did Silent Hill 2 a lot of justice. And I provided a new rendition of it that I think could very well surpass the original. And I can't believe I would say that. The performances were certainly improved upon. That's the thing about Silent Hill 2. It's got very awkward dialogue and performances, and some people will say that's part of the surreal quality of it. It's intentional. It was directed that way. Some people say, no, it's just bad. It's just bad and people were coping in hindsight. I think maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle, but I think this game took all of that into consideration and delivered a version that I think respects and honors like all fans of this series. I think this is really, really great. And you know what, too? Really scary. I just said a minute ago, it's not that hard, I don't think, once you get the hang of it. They're very, at least I played on normal, right? They're pretty generous with the resources that you get. I had quite a stockpile of health at the end that if I didn't have, that last boss would probably have taken me a couple tries, but I kept just jamming syringes at James's arm. Not that hard, but pretty fucking scary. And I would actually go as far as saying extreme recency bias here, but while I was playing Alien Isolation earlier this year, I had said a lot of people consider that to perhaps be the scariest game ever made. And once I finished it, I said, I don't know if it is, but if it isn't, I don't know what else would be. I think this has a really strong chance at being the scariest game I've ever played. This made me feel things that, like, I can't remember another horror game making me feel. I had a lot of real dread and anxiety and stress, so much so that I would feel it just in the moments before coming down and sitting down and playing this, where I'd be like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to find what it takes to play Silent Hill 2 today. That game just comes at you. It was really great. It was so scary. The combat I thought was really well improved upon. That was something else people were hung up on. They're like, Silent Hill 2 is not an action game. They're going to make it an action game. They're going to make it like Resident Evil. Excuse me. It's water. And they definitely upgraded the combat, but not in a way that like betrays the spirit of the game. It's not. I mean, the combat's more required. I'd said that a few times, whereas like the original Silent Hill 2 is a lot like the original Resident Evil, which I only referenced because I played earlier this year, where it's like you're going to want to avoid a lot of the combat and confrontations because your resources are limited and the combat's like, you know, not great. It's clunky and the enemies are hard to kill and you take a lot of damage. You don't have a lot of health, and sometimes you just want to bypass all that and not even deal with it. Silent Hill 2 is like that a lot. This, not so much. There were most scenarios I couldn't really imagine just skipping enemies. And mind you, I didn't really try. I just realized that this is also a new menu screen. We no longer have to look at dirty toilets. So that's nice. Yeah, combat was definitely made a necessity in this rather than sort of a hurdle to get past. But I'm okay with that. I thought they did a great job of upgrading the combat, but not making it feel like an action game in the way that Resident Evil typically is. And it's, boy, are these games different than Resident Evil, huh? They're both like the grandfathers of survival horror and like have very similar gameplay, you know, in terms of exploration, combat, puzzle solving. But in terms of subject matter and tone and design, very, very, very different from Resident Evil. You would, you know, the plot with Angela, you know, the Mary performances. I don't think there's anything quite so heavy or as emotional in any Resident Evil game. And if they put it in there, it would feel really out of place. But not to say there aren't some dark. There's a lot of dark stuff in Resident Evil, but you know, it's a bit more campy and, you know, goopy eyeball monsters. A lot of goopy monsters in this too. Yeah, it was great. I loved this. I really, really love this. I know some people are upset because they recently announced like the nominees for the video game awards, and this did not get a Game of the Year nomination. I don't know if its status as a remake has anything to do with that. If it disqualifies it in some way, I would say that's kind of silly. You know, I would see that argument with like a remaster, but you know, this is not just like taking the original game and upgrading the visuals. Like this, they built a game from the ground up, and they did that for a game that otherwise seems kind of untouchable. You know, I don't play a ton of like new games, or I didn't this year, but I would say there's a pretty strong chance that this would be my Game of the Year. I also haven't played any of the things they did nominate, so not the best perspective on it. Maybe I'll play Astrobot next year, though. That got nominated up here. I hear that's great. But we did it. We finished Silent Hill 2. I'm kind of debating whether it's worth booting up Dragon Age. It's 15 minutes till 12. I mean, it'd only really be worth it if I took the stream all the way up to 1. I don't know. I mean, it's like I really want to play Velgar. That's the thing, but I'm trying to decide whether. Fuck it. We could play for a little bit. Okay. We could play for a little bit. All right. I'm gonna cut out the stream right now, and I'll boot it right back up in like a minute with Velgar. We might only play for like 45 minutes or so. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in a second. Thank you, Silent Hill 2.